look crazy to you. I started this and I shall finish it. I think she's just gonna chill. She's gonna just chill with us in this video because it's nice and cold and it's pretty toasty outside. So, things to steer clear from while recovering from any kind of addiction and for your overall well-being in general. Whether you're addicted to something or not, you just want a better life. You can eat a whole half of a watermelon. I don't know if you'll be able to your first time ever trying it. But go ahead and go on Chronometer if you need to and see all of the nutritional values so that you can be satisfied with the logical side of things. And other than that, it's delicious, it tastes good. You can blend it up and just have a watermelon smoothie. You can add vanilla to that. You can add cantaloupe or honeydew to that, and it's so good. Or you can just eat it alone. So before this, I had a smoothie, a large, like 34 ounce or something, of banana, blueberry, coconut, watermelon, spirulina, and vitamineral greens. I think that was it. And they were all frozen, except for the spirulina and vitamineral greens. So, everything that I've listed right now, and for dinner, I'll probably have baked slices of plantains, no oil, no salt. I have nothing against salt. I usually, more times than not, except for when I was coming off of a fast and a cleanse, I did no salt. But more times than not, I'll put salt in my salads that accompany like sweet potato fries or plantains, different kinds of sweet potatoes, or taro or calo. For my birthday, I'm gonna make a sweet potato pizza. You do sweet potato crust, add some flour and vinegar and I believe some baking soda to it, and that's your crust. Brilliant, genius, thank you. Randa and these twin girls that are on YouTube, and they share vegan recipes. This is not about being vegan. This is about eating from our mother and getting off of the addiction train. That is pleasure, dopamine hit, pleasure hit, and things to stay away from. I want to talk about food. I want to talk about TV. I want to talk about social media. I want to talk about things that feel good in the moment, but after that it feels worse. Kind of like when you keep complaining about the same shit over and over again. You vented, but did it solve the situation? And I say situation instead of problem. It just shifts the perception a little bit, perspective a little bit. So why is sliced up organic potatoes on parchment paper, nice and toasty, no oil, no salt, better than sliced up, fried up, oversalted, highly toxic potato chips in a bag made by a machine? What's the difference? I just almost spit everywhere. You can grow the one on the left and minimally process it and minimally excite the shift out of it, where you keep eating and eating and eating. Also with artificial sweeteners. Use dates, use honey, use bananas, use sweet, naturally sweet things. In recipes, you can use an apple instead of oil. See, there's so many tips and tricks that I have up my sleeve that I want to share with you, and I will do my best to share everything here. This is you can't, I just want to share with you that I offer one-on-one mentoring. I'm also offering the shift, rapid transformation of everything pass. On Wednesdays, we will be having weekly Zoom meetings. So I have at least 2 things to offer you. If you want to speak to me personally, or with the Everything Pass, you send in your questions, and you may or may not be picked to have a one-on-one with me in the group meetings. And it doesn't really matter. The thing that matters is that you're receiving the information, and it shifts something, it clicks something, it transforms your perception from seeing it in one way to seeing it in another way. And it's like, I can breathe. Like, I was seeing it in a really shifty way, and now it feels good. I feel better. I can see why I saw this person in this way, because I was believing that they were out to get me, whatever it is. And now I'm saying that I was just thinking that, so I was seeing that, and now that I can see what I was thinking, I'm now seeing it differently. Like, that person's dad died, and they're just having a really hard time in life. You know, like, we never know what someone else is going through. And ourselves, what are we going through? What are the patterns that we continue to do? Do we continue to, every time we walk past the pantry, opening it up, or the fridge, or turning on the TV, or ignoring the fact that our body is like, go to that new gym class, or get a gym pass, or like take a walk after you eat, you'll feel better, or climb that tree, or start that pottery class that you always wanted to start, or buy that bike that you've been holding off on because I can't afford it. Like, you have the money, but you're telling yourself that you can't afford it because of X, Y, and Z. So things to stay away from, the super stimulating things that you know after is not going to feel good. The situation is going to be having a plan of action, right? So I'm going to share with you what I did as far as like, and this works not only with food addictions, but with everything, right? Like some kind of a cleanse, whether it be like completely changing your diet and exercise routine and doing things that make you feel good and happy, like truly good. Like, let's say you love painting, but you haven't painted forever. You love rock climbing, but you don't go anymore. You love bike rides, but you love to dance, but it's just starting to do the things that you love to do, you know you love to do, or maybe you used to love to do and you kind of forgot and you don't even know if you'd like it. But just start doing it. Start caring about yourself. Start caring about your creation, your body, how you feel. Start caring about it. Because once you start caring and making the decision, sure, you might fall back into old patterns. That's like a given. It's simply continue to keep caring about yourself. Continue to forgive yourself. Continue to cut off those negative thoughts and focus on a leaf or a piece of grass or flower. Continue to start allowing the ideas of like, let's say you're gonna do the laundry, but no, I'll just do it later. Just do it. Just do it. Start noticing the voice that's like, I'll do it later, or I'll do this, because you're just adding things to your to-do list where it gets exhausting, and it's like, and then you don't do it and you're like, oh, I didn't do it. But if you're able to be like, yeah, if it feels good to be like, I just worked out so hard right now, and yeah, my kitchen needs to be cleaned, and that's gonna happen when it happens. I'm gonna meditate or take a nap now, or drink a smoothie and lay out in the sun and sun gaze and just feel blissful and think about my future that's unraveling right before my eyes, and all of the epiphanies and the joy and the peace that's coming into my life, and that is my life now because I decided to start caring. And that's what happened with me in a nutshell. If you want more recipes, this was just an introduction, and the awareness that I have around nature and eating from nature and feeling good and food affecting your mood, and like all the people that I've come into contact in the past 10 years since I've been mostly, definitely not while I was in a binge eating, vomiting daily. It was intense, you guys, and never leaving my house out of so much fear. Definitely was not anything. I ate anything and everything that I could see that was offered to me. It was terrible. So, point being, food affects your mood. Whether you have a food addiction or any other kind of addiction, and you're just want to feel well, like your well-being matters to you, or you want it to start mattering to you, and you want to be a better parent, you want just all the things, it's really easy to start with what's going into your body. And I'll give you a little rundown right now, and I'll go into a more in-depth video, maybe showing you some things. I don't know. We'll see how it comes through, but make sure you drink enough water. Like what my day looked like today personally, and I said I was going to share what worked for me, so I'll do that first, and maybe the next video will be more in depth. But I did like a 17-day water fast, and the way that I broke my water fast was by tuning into my higher self, and I shared that in one of my videos where, okay, does my higher self want to eat right now? And if it went forward, say yes. For backward, leaning backward, would say no. And the way to tune into this in the first place is like, is my name Natasha? Forward is yes. Is my name Billy Bob Joe? Backwards is no. Okay, so you get the feel of that. And if it's iffy, you just keep breathing until you get a clear answer. Because we are in a yes universe. We want to be clear. No maybes. Maybe is a no. Maybe is a no. Write that one down. Maybe is a no. It's either a yes or no. Be clear. This is how we start to truly tune in to this dream and start to create and vibrate at our dream life. It's that easy. So 17-day water fast, the day that I was like, do I want to eat today? I was like, yes. And I had the most delicious mangoes I ever had in my whole life. It was so good. And just like eating so slow, and like it just felt like I was like completely floating on clouds, which now I can say that's like my emotional home. What is your emotional home? What is your home? How do you feel most of the time? How do you want to feel most of the time? Do you want to feel happy most of the time? Well, guess what? We get to practice that in everyday shape and form. And yeah, at first it can be really hard. It can be really hard when we're in a pattern of self-sabotage, of depression, of this, of that. But just know that every single time you catch yourself, or like, you know what, I'm gonna feel happy. Happy. Even if it's for a split second, bam, you've created a new image. You've created a new pattern, and it's gonna get stronger and stronger. Okay? So back to what I did, 17-day water fast, started breaking it with mango and then watermelon, and then I ate watermelons, and it was just the same thing, you know. If something feels like a maybe, it's a no. And then also, if you have questions about anything, Ask your higher self, yes or no. Does my body want more? Yes or no? I needed to learn that deeply, and only somebody that has ever experienced binging would understand that. Because I tried to explain it, not because, but other people can understand it if you understand it. Anyways, so what else? What else? I didn't eat salt. I still choose not to eat oil. I don't know if I ever will or not. It's just not, in my mind and in my belief system, it's a processed food. And if you've never lived with just eating from the earth, by the way, one of the recipes that I think on one of the first days was avocado, mango, and turmeric. It was like heaven both times that I had it. Pure heaven. And for some reason, the turmeric with avocado and mango, it tasted like cinnamon. I don't know. I don't know why. I just know that it's like baby food. Just dissolves in your mouth. It's just so good. That can be a salad too. Add some more lettuce. I mean, you could only eat so much avocado, in my opinion. If you can, go ahead. That's what your higher self and your beingness and body says yes to. If not, listen. Some other things I wanted to share really quickly. And if you have more questions on this, you can email me and I will make another video. This is more of an intro. But I have playlists on my YouTube. I have música. So this is music that just lights me up, makes me so happy. Super conscious, super beautiful. There's like, I think 50 songs at least, and growing. And then there's a meditative, and there's a Shutinan school. So basically like this style of school that anybody that wants to become conscious or is conscious basically wishes that we went to as children. Children have built their own schools at the ones that are running now, and the one that got shut down that started in Russia, long story short. And then I will make a playlist, if you're watching this in the future, on parenting, because that's also a big passion of mine, is being the parent that I wish I had, and super grateful to the years that I've had apart from my kids for the majority of the time, because I've been able to work on myself and really see how I want to show up for my kids and how I want to be able to be with my kids when I am with them, instead of telling them how to be or how to do things, or just telling, and simply being and allowing and relishing in their presence and loving every part of them, whether they've been conditioned to see it as good or bad. And just can you imagine having an adult around you as a child like that just loves you no matter what, unconditionally loves you, and through that example you start to become your true self because you see someone else being their true selves. How many of us as children saw like a person being love and loving and happy, like genuinely happy? Oh, I love life. Life is pure. Just okay. I love you all, and stay tuned for the next video. Aloha. And again, remember to drink enough water if you're like coming from eating shit and wanting to eat better. Upon rising, drink like 2 to 4 liters of water. This will help your body really flush out and cleanse and hydrate and take all the toxins out. When I used to do my 3-day holy shift, I would only take on people that will drink a gallon of water before they eat. I don't care how long it takes, but you're gonna drink a gallon of water before you eat. Otherwise you get bloaty, and just the fruit moves around all the other stuff, because I do a lot of fruit, and then, you know, a nice big savory meal. Take that advice and your life will be golden. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. And I'll see you on Wednesdays if you take that everything pass. Aloha!